So we'll quickly move to a lot of you people will just be a princess, princess, oh, princess, I need this, princess, I'm performance test, princess. But the one that you were given, you did not take it. You did have not used it. I have sent link for you to join to sign up with Propel and Co. Have you clicked on it? No. Now I've sent you link to join to sign up so that Propel as Black Skill can get to you. Have you filled it? No. Okay. I asked you to fill the form for 1 day data subscription plan. Did you fill it? No. We have given you a course to sign up and benefit from it internet. Have you paid for it? No. Mobile automation has gone by, web automation has gone by, ABC automated testing has gone by, Propel has come up here, Blast will just give us a very fantastic career summit talk here. Have you taken notes? No. They play. This is 2023. You are barely 3 months away before the end of the year. And you are still playing tinkle, 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 tinkle. Okay, now. It's not a problem. By the time I start writing my December 2023 year, the things I've achieved this year, say, Princess, is it only you? Because me, I'm taking all this opportunity. Anyways, the next stop we have here is another hands-on workshop, which is one out of the remaining 2 for the day. Is performance testing. Who wants to learn performance testing with Apache JMeter? And this speaker has been here since morning. She has been here with us. Fatima, I don't know if you can hear me. We can't see you though, and we can't hear you yet. So please bring it on. Let's see your face. Let's hear you speak. Fatima, how did I even get to know Fatima? How many of you participated in my career doctors program? You did not participate in my. I won't give 3 days or 5 days of intensive career doctors, one-on-one session. And that's when I met this wonderful lady who is doing so amazing well in the software testing industry and realizing that she's a performance testing champion, So please make welcome Fatima. Let me just read her profile. She's a seasoned senior software engineer at Cornell Telecom Service with over 5 years of experience. Tuba is driving force behind the creation of innovative product that plays a pivotal role in transforming of cities into smart. So if you have heard of smart city, smart ride, smart this. Now, this is one of the senior seasoned software test engineer behind smart products. Our passion lies in crafting cherished and reliable products that streamlines people's journey, minimizing both time and inconveniences. Now, Tuba's involvement extends beyond her role as she's actively participates in both local and international testing communities. And as a mentor, she guides and inspires aspiring testers while also contributing as a trainer in the SQA, which is the Software Quality Assurance Bootcamp. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome Fatima. Fatima, we can see you. Nice to have you here. Can you speak?
Yeah, hello. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. Am I audible?
Thank you. Yes, very clear, very clear, very clear, very clear. All right. Do you want to share your screen?
Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. Yeah, I'm just sharing my screen. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
Is my screen visible to you?
It's coming up. Yes, it's up now. So take it over from here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone, and a good afternoon or good evening. We are connected from the different regions of the world. I believe I have everything is already informed by the host. I am senior SQ engineer in Conyo Telecom Services. I have been in the industry for last 5 years. I have been part of the different testing communities worldwide, Snaps QA, Malaysian testing community, and different initiatives in Pakistan. I have been conducting different meetups and testers training boot camps in Karachi. You can connect me on LinkedIn or you can reach me out on my email account. I believe we have enough of introduction of mine. We should move further about our topic. We have just 30 minutes for this session, and I believe we can't cover everything in detail on this session, but I will try my best to give an insight of to initiate from the stress from your performance testing. I have planned the why performance testing is required: Apache JMeter setup, test plan creation, execution, and understanding of result, and Q&A. How many of you face that? How would you react when you test something, when you reach out? Okay, let me check. Am I still echoing?
No, you are very fine. You can go ahead, please.
Okay. How would you feel? How would you feel when you're searching something and doing something, and there is a response delay, or might be you can say like you can't reach out the website? How would it feel?
Sorry, we can't see your slide again. I think you are sharing StreamYard.
Okay. Now let's we start with the performance testing. Why we perform performance testing? We talk about automation, we talk about mobile automation, we talk about testing types and different testing types. But why we need to do performance testing? Is our testing is not enough to ensure the product quality? We have to do the testing to ensure performance testing to ensure that our product is good enough and we can entertain the number of users. Every application and software is defined that how much that what type of user we are going. Is there any application which we are going to launch in any organization, and on our organizations users are dependable, like it's hundreds of users or just 10 of users. When we have to do performance testing, we have to actually screen is not frozen. I have just came back to see the comment section just to talk about performance testing before jumping into the tool.
Okay.
Like we have to do performance testing just to ensure that our product is working well, and outside of the functional testing we have to perform the non-functional testing thing. If we have our application which we have to suppose just 10 users of the organization, we are creating an application which is going to be used in-house for end users, and it's going to just 10 users, then I suppose it's fine. Okay, I'm just moving my screen to the Apache JMeter for the moment. That's why we have to do performance testing. We have a different performance testing types: endurance testing, load testing, stress testing. It's all about performance testing. Some of these is the negative cases, and some of these types are the positive cases. We are deep diving into Apache JMeter, how we test and what we do. First of the thing, I have choose Apache JMeter that it's a widely used tool for performance testing, and the most the most important thing about it is it's open source. We don't have to pay anything to do a performance testing of it. We have another tool, Gatling, K6. These are but these have some restrictions, and I believe that Apache JMeter is the easiest one, which we can just install, download in our system, and explore it. We are going to what I'm going to start with the how many of just someone confirm that how many of you have used the Apache JMeter or done performance testing before?
Yeah. How many people have used the Apache JMeter tool before for performance testing? Yeah, waiting.
Yeah.
We are waiting. I think they are trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Jumai said it's okay. Chisom says she
Okay.
hasn't. Maybe
Yeah.
Rosie says
Okay.
she
Then we are
hasn't.
using with the okay. We using with this ad that what's the requirement of the JMeter. First of the thing, we have to download Apache JMeter from this website. It's an official website of the Apache JMeter. Here we can download Apache JMeter from this option, either whatever system you are using. If you are using Linux and Mac, then there is an option for this option, and I'm using Windows. I have installed this one. Apache JMeter has the dependency of the JDK, and if we have to verify that we have Java installation already did or not, we can verify it from this Java-version. I
You
have
might need
installed the
to
Java. It
increase.
shared the detail.
You might need
If
to increase your font to Fatima. Yeah, excellent, excellent.
I have
All
just
right.
searched Java-version to verify that I have installed the Java version to execute the JMeter on my machine. I have the Java version. If I don't have the Java version, it just showed me as not found, and I can't execute my Apache JMeter. I did this. You can install this from the Java websites, Java installer, and then Apache JMeter. I have already downloaded it, and you can see that I have the Apache JMeter 5.6.2. I have unzipped that file, and here it is. Apache JMeter, bin, and we have a file of jmeter.bat to execute this screen. It's not like that we have to install something. It's just a executable file which we need to run. .bat, jmeter.bat. Here I execute it, and I have already opened that screen. Here it is. I have to open the new file. Okay, that's the Apache JMeter screen. And now we have to test on the website. Actually, it's a screen which include the test plan. Test plan is like a folder which contains your scripts and your details of the plans, whatever you're going to run on the performance testing or your website. It's like a folder. Here I have to click test plan, add thread users, thread group. Thread group is consists of how many users you want to execute on your website or your API, and how many time of you want to execute that request, or what time of difference you want in that request. I have added the thread group. Here we can rename this. We can tech performance testing. Fine. We have defined number of thread users. I believe my screen is, let me zoom in little more. Zoom in. I believe my screen is visible to you guys. Okay, then the first thing we have to do is number of thread users. We have to define here. Number of thread users is equals to how many users you want to execute at the moment. I believe if I want to execute number 10 users. Ramp up second is the time, that how much time or seconds you want to execute this request. You want to execute 10 users in 10 seconds, or either 100 users in 1 second. If we do the 10 users in 10 seconds, it will execute one user after every second. If we did just like 1 second, it will execute the 10 user in one second in one go. We can define the loop count, like we have to execute 1 time, 2 time, or infinite. If we do the infinite, it will execute until you cancel this session. Next thing we have is we have to add the HTTP request. We can do database testing, FTP testing. It has multiple options to do. I have used JBDC request, Volt request, FTP request. It's depend on your requirement. What are you going to test? As I have working on the IoT projects, I have to use FTP. I have to use JBDC request for multiple events or multiple payloads. I am going to use HTTP request. We have to do HTTP request. Now we have to test a website. We have to we have to enter some data. So I have selected a website, placedemo.com, as we can't do performance testing on any other website without any permission. They can sue us. That's why I have selected Place Demo. It's easy, and you can do the same with your project, either whatever your project you have. Now the point is that how could we test it? We have this screen. How could we record that data? So I'm going to use the option that's, we have then multiple options, but I am going to use with the basic one, inspect and network. Here we can copy the API and the request and all details from here. I'm going to refresh it. It's going to give us the data. It gives us the data. Welcome to the Simple Travel Agency. We have to select their, choose your departure city, choose your destination city, and find flights. Now I have to find this API from this detail, which we can find is here. Here it gives us a request that it's a GET request, and we can opt this detail from here and create our test plan. I'm just simply copying this detail in here, Blast Demo homepage. We have this HTTPS website. We have the HTTPS. If it's HTTP, we don't need to mention anything here. I'm just copies this address, placeDemo.com. It's a GET request. Now we have just record this request, but we need to something where we have to view the response. To view the response, we have the listeners option in Apache JMeter, and there are multiple of listener. You can select any of these, but for my case, I'm using view result tree. It will show me that how my request is performing. Is it okay, or is there any issue in it? I'm executing my one request when one user. This will be infinite view result tree. I am just executing my one request of blastdemo.com homepage, and it will let me check that how it could respond. I'm testing this test plan. It's up to us if we want to save it or we are just execute. I'm saving it. Stars. There it is. It's executed, and we have the result of this. That this time it's actually showing my machine time, local machine time, then load time, connect, and we have to see that how's the response code is 200. It means that response code is 200. It's okay. Now we have to execute for the second request. It's just one thing that we have verified the home page, but we have to execute the complete end-to-end operation to verify that how is it responding. Now we are moving towards it. I just select the Paris, Buenos Aires, and I just click on find flights. It opens up a new page, and we have the details now in the API, which I have to define in JMeter. Here I could find my post request. If anyone of doubt at from where I reach to this screen, right click inspect, and you can go in the network tab and you can find the details of your payloads and your browser, that what you are using and what payloads it's sending to the, and what URL what payload is sending. It's a post method or get method. We can view all details here in case we don't have an API. Okay, there is a header, and in journal it's a post request, and it's blastdemo reserve.php. Now we have to create a new request. We will do the same step, add sampler HTTP request. Now we have to add post request, blastdemo find flight. Now I find flight HTTPS. Now find flight. Now I have to copy that address, which we have this blastdemo.reserve.com. Okay. We have to copy this. We have to copy just the main domain name on server name or IP, and for the other part of the URL, we have to put in the path. It's a GET request. No, it's a POST request. We have to select the POST request. Now we have to pass our data, which we have sent on the screen. We have sent 2 cities, and destination and departure city. How could we can copy the same from the payload? Right click, view resource, just right click. We could copy directly from Control C. I have just did Control C and will copy here. I have an option like I should add and then write the details over there. And second option I have that I already copied that data, which we can see. It's okay, it's didn't copy it. Copy. No, it's copied now. See, we can verify this that this data is copied in on our clipboard. I'm just going here and I'm saying that add data from clipboard. Whatever I last copied from the internet or whatever text I copied, it will paste it here. Add from clipboard. Now the same data that I select the city from departure city is Paris, and it's been 2 ports is the destination city. It's Buenos Aires. It's directly added to here, and our request is created for the find flight. Now it's the second step. And what if I want to add this data? Now I'm selecting one of these slides. We have the 5 slides over there. I'm selecting any of these. I have select the United Airlines. Choose flight, and it will again show your APIs or your details of the pages in network tab. Now we have purchase. We can view the data in same manners from here. That's like it's again a post request, and it has a payload of all details which we have selected. Okay, now I'm copying the same details, like we have to do the same against the same data. We have to copy this header, we have to copy the URL, we have to copy the payload. I'm just copying this payload. I have to add again sampler, HTTP request. Now find flight ke baad I have selected this send flight. I'm just moving it in the queue sequence like what we are doing. Okay, find flight. Next option is select flight. Select flight. And we have to copy the URL. What we have, placedemo.com purchase. I'm just copying again. It's a HTTPS request. I have copied this HTTPS purchase. We have to copy this carry for after domain name, the path into the path column. Again, it's a post request. We can add data. If we add data manually without copying the data, we have to write each and every details, and it will take time, and it's little messy. Like you have to each detail. You have to add each detail. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Yeah, that's fine. Guys, are we learning something?
Okay, now we have to copy these details from here. Payload, view source, Control C, and then add data from clipboard. Every detail is fine, like flight, price, airline, from port, destination, city, and post. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay. We have added these details. Now we have the 3 things: Blast Demo homepage, find flight, select flight. 3 things are done. Now we have to make the reservation, and how it is going to be reserved. we have this screen. We have to fill this data. Name, I'm writing my name over here. Uba Fatima. Address, Karachi. Okay, it's supposed to be address. Emara, so it's Karachi, state Sindh, zip code 78695, Visa card, credit card number, month 11, year 26, name on card, Tuba Fatima. Purchase flight. Thanks. In the JSON script, but we have to copy it on the same way. We have to copy it from confirmation, and the header is for the post, and the payload is here. Now we have to copy the confirmation details, placedemo.com confirmation.php. One more slide, one more HTTP request, select flight, and this is for confirmation. Okay, HTTPS, this. The same details from payload, new source, add from clipboard. Tada, sorry, all data is here. Now we have created the request for home page, find flight, select flight, and HTTP request. Now we have to execute these scripts, and it's going to execute on the same sequence, like first home page, second find flight, select flight, and HTTP request, which is for the confirmation. In our case, when we do the testing, somehow we have might be possible we have login screen and then execution of the further steps. First we have to log in on the application, and then we have to explore the other things. If it's an human resource application, then it will be a login page, and then after login page we have the employee details or attendance thing, and anything else. It's depend on the system we are testing or we are using. Okay, now I'm going to execute the same result. I'm clearing it from this tab, and I'm executing 10 users in 1 random second or either 5 seconds. How it will do, it will execute the 2 users after every second. It's going with user divided by ramp up seconds. 10 divided by 5, it will execute 2 user per second. But if I will do this one, it will execute the 10 user in 1 second. It's depend on the system capability, that how our system is capable enough. It's like local desktop, it's RAM, or it's hardware. It's dependent on this client machine. If we have the good machine, it will execute load more smoothly as compared to the machine which have the low RAM or low hard drive or low hard disk, or if we are using the SSD's machine, and it will go very smoothly. Now I'm going to execute these results. I'm just playing. We have the play button here. I'm going to execute this. First, I will execute with the one request to show how it's going to execute. Here it is. Display demo home page. We have the request load time. It's in the millisecond, 682. Connect time, latency, and latency is dependent on internet, that how internet is are capable. The performance testing main things are dependent on our client machine or in the internet speed, internet connectivity. Sometimes we have the good internet connection, but might be possible a low hardware device which is going to be execute result in slow speed. Now we have these things. We have execute this request. All have the 200 response code. Its screen is showing that it's okay. It's 200 and all these things. If it's going to be a fail, if it will be a cross in red color, it is shows that your request is not working fine and there is something you have to debug. We have the same request details. If you wish to see request details and then response data, request body and request header, we have the all details in JMeter. Now the second thing is that if you want to execute the heavy load, like I want to execute the 1,000 request, or I set up the same time, like I have to execute 1,000 requests in 10 minutes or 1 minute, because we have to sync realistically that how many requests we want to execute in a second or in a minute, and it's depend on our application scenarios. Like, do we have really need to execute the 1,000 requests in 1 minute or 2 minutes? Sometimes I receive a request that we want to execute the request, we want to just check the application and execute 1 lakh records in just 1 minute. Once I tried this thing on our office, and it's a mess. It's a big mess. I just execute the 1 lakh request for 5 minutes and everything goes down. Our applications goes down and server is down. And someone come up to me that why you did this. I just said that you set me to do this. Then the thing is that you have to take in the loop to your infra team, either your network person, that whenever you are going to execute the request, they have to monitor from the back end that how much hike is going and how much data is and what space it's going to take if you are executing that high count data on your application, and how your server is responding. Because you will see the things that how application is responding, but to see from the other perspective, you have to take in the loop your infrastructure team, either your network team, and I believe the database person, that how the application is responding. If you are inserting thousands of records in seconds or in minutes, how it is going to respond. Might be possible is going to lock your database. It might be possible is going to abort your operations, and it will cause the loss of the data. If I'm sending 1,000 requests and someone else is also sending 1,000 requests at the same moment, is it going to lose your data? Now, second thing is that I have created these scripts, and when you want to execute, the main purpose of graphical user interface of this JMeter is to create your scripts, then verify it's working fine, and you have to execute these scripts for high load data from CMD. Because the if you execute it from this screen, from Apache JMeter main screen, uh, it's going to be a little or more, I believe, more hardware consuming, or it might take up your space or use CPU usage on high mode. You have to create test scripts on the Apache JMeter batch file. It means that on the user interface, and when you want to execute on the high user end with high lot of data, just create this script. I have created this script. I have ramped up this second. I save this file. Now I will execute it from CMD. I have to go on CMD and go on my JMeter folder where it is. I have to go on bin, cd, and bin. I will go in this folder. Now I have to execute that file which I have created here from the CMD, and I want a good report with the colorful report that how's my things are working on that. Now I am going to, that's my script as stars.jmx. I'm going to execute it. JMeter. Is there any option to JMeter? And I have to give my file name. My file name is, I have to close this one. Minus P. My file name is teststars.jmx. I believe it's not visible. How could I? No, it's fine. jmeter.jmx minus I want to its right listener as stars dot csv. It will create my csv file of its listener, and after that I want it a report, a graphic report to show my management or to show my infra team that how is it working and how could we improve the things over that time of period. I'm going to execute this request. E minus O as stars result. From this command, I'm executing the JMeter, JMeter CMD, and it's going to execute the same request. Whatever I defined on this screen, it's going to execute the same. I have saved it and I'm going to execute it. Let's wish it worked fine. Okay. Oops. Let's just come to Glow. Okay. Now you can see that it executes. From this is just a warning error. After this is started to generate the result, creating summarizer, summary. It's execute my teststars.jmx file, and then after executing is tidying up and end of run. Now we have to go in the folder. By default, I have selected the win folder. It's going to generate the result over here. That's a star result, and we have this file. Now we have executed 4 requests. I believe I'm out of time. Let me check. Okay, I'm just executing this. I'm just showing this dashboard report to you guys. It's just created a report which we have the details about everything, that how many transactions we have executed. Total we have created 400 transactions because I have given it 100, but it's divided by multiply by 4. We have 4 requests. 4 HTTP requests is going to execute every request 100 times. 400 samples, and it's your required average time in millisecond, and minimum request, maximum request, and per second the maximum number of transactions is 16.42. Received and signed, and you have all these details about your network kilobyte per second you have used, your error. If we have encountered any error, it will be showed here, and the top 5 sample errors will be listed down here. If we encountered any errors, it will be listed down on this area. And there we have charts. It's include the overtime chart, and you can use this active threads over time. We can see this, that we have the 41 active threads at the time, and throughput, like hits per seconds, how many hits you have the per seconds. We can customize it over our requirement, that what we want to show it to the management, or what we want to move forward for the further work or further implementation to improve our application. I believe I'm already out of the time.
All right.
Okay, I'll stop sharing my screen.
Thank you so much, guys. I think I heard a lot of people say, I didn't know that performance testing is this sweet. I didn't know performance testing is this interesting. Thank you so much. Guys, how did we enjoy this?